Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. This amendment prohibits the use of taxpayer-funded voucher dollars for advertising or marketing. Working families don't need public money spent on flashy brochures or targeted ads. They need real investment in the schools their kids attend. Every dollar used to market private options is a dollar not going towards teachers, counselors, or services that help students succeed. Families trying to make ends meet shouldn't have to compete with taxpayer-funded promotions. They deserve transparency, not sales tactics. This amendment ensures public dollars stay focused on education, not advertising, and on helping children, not institutions, thrive. Specifically, this amendment prohibits the comptroller from using program money to enter into a contract or agreement or engage in marketing, advertising, or other activities to advertise, promote, or market the voucher program. The state of Arizona's government is spending upwards of $10 million on pro-voucher ads targeted at special needs and minority children. If we buy advertisements anywhere near this number, it would be the equivalent of limiting this voucher program by about 1,000 students. 1,000 students who could otherwise receive funding if we take up this amendment and ensure fiscal responsibility. Unfortunately, we've been warned about this by elected officials in states where this is already a problem. The state of Arizona is buying Spanish-language radio advertisements to trick families into participating into the program, with promises of free money and access to elite private academies. The outcome is that these families pull their kids out of free public schools and then quickly realize that A, no private school is willing to accept their student, or B, after a year in the program, their voucher isn't enough money to continue at the private school. These children then return to their public schools behind their peers, and our public schools foot the bill to catch them up to speed. I have a message to the working family communities in Texas. Vouchers are a scam intended to benefit rich people. These private schools are not required to accept your children. You give up the rights you had in public schools. The full cost of tuition, transportation, and textbooks will almost never be covered fully by the voucher. Please don't fall for it. This is our hard-earned taxpayer money. We would be incredibly naive if we didn't listen to other states' warnings, and we would be fiscally irresponsible to siphon any more money away from the children this program is supposed to serve. My amendment to prohibit the comptroller from advertising, promoting, or marketing the voucher program will bring back fiscal responsibility to the Texas House. I urge you to vote yes on my amendment.
Speaker.
Ms. Goodwin, for what purpose?
Will the gentlelady yield for some questions?
Does the gentlelady yield for questions?
Yes, I yield.
She yields.
Thank you, Representative. So it sounds like you're anticipating that some of these private schools might advertise to get students to come to them.
That's correct.
Would it surprise you to know that actually even our public schools are anticipating having to advertise to keep students within their district? Just last week, I went to a candidate forum for the Lake Travis School Board, and candidates were talking about the need to advertise to get students back into the district. And so not only are we anticipating dollars being spent for the private schools to attract students, but it's going to be kind of this competitive advertising, don't you think?
Yes, and it's unfortunate because for every dollar they're spending on advertising is a dollar that's not going to educate our children.
That's right. So your amendment would say that private schools can't use our public dollars for advertising to attract students?
Marketing, advertising, or other activities to promote, market, or advertise the development or use of their program.
You know, I think that this makes so much sense, but maybe you have been recognizing the same thing I have, that all of our amendments, regardless of how common sense, how conservative leaning they are, they're being tabled so that we're not even voting on these amendments such as yours.
It's unfortunate because the people of Texas, working class families, deserve to see us fight and debate on the issues. And unfortunately, when we table these motions, we're also silencing debate and really shutting down democracy.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, and it's almost as though some members have been told how to vote and they aren't looking at the policy. They're just following direction.
It appears that's a common understanding. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Representative.
Thank you.